Hello YouTubers. Specifically I'm talking to the YouTube, atheist, and New Age community. As some of you who've seen some of my videos before know, I love to read, and I'm constantly on a quest for knowledge, especially in the spiritual variety. But I was doing a bit of reading Christian history recently, and I stumbled across a figure from Emperor Constantine era known as Eusebius, and some sources call him Eusebius of Caesarea. E-U-S-E-B-I-U-S. I was wondering if there's anyone out there who could tell me a little more about this figure. For those who don't know, and I'm under the impression that he's a fairly little-known figure, Eusebius was Emperor Constantine's official theologian, I guess. He was the guy. You see, before Emperor Constantine, there were no churches, not in the physical sense. There were no buildings. And when Constantine came to power, I guess his way of making Christianity official was by ordering houses of worship to be built. And in thus, Eusebius went traveling throughout the empire, gathered copies of as many testaments of the parts of the New Testament as we know it, throughout the country as there were. Now, it's also known that there were different sects of Christianity that existed at this time. This is maybe 300 years after Jesus died. So they all had a few books in common, but a few that were different as well. And in his travels, he picked up many of these different books, and some of the common books, some of the ones that we know today, you know, Mark, Luke, John, the like, but that he left out a whole bunch of others. And I have a list here of some of the books that are believed to be left out, but it's a pretty long list, and I was hoping to find more information as to A, if there are any in print out there where I can get a copy, and B, which ones are most likely the actual books that of the New Testament that Eusebius deliberately left out of the Bible. See, the Apocalypse of Peter, Book of the Covenant, Diadache, Epistle of Barnabas, Gospel of Basilides, Gospel of Matthias, Gospel of the Egyptians, I guess maybe like as there were letters to the Romans and the Hebrews. It wouldn't surprise me if someone at some point wrote a letter to the Egyptians. Gospel of Thomas, I've heard a lot about that one. And let's see, Teaching of the Apostles. Yeah, I've got quite a list here, but I was wondering if perhaps anyone out there knew a little bit more about this Eusebius figure and the real origins of the New Testament. Quanian 81, I'm eagerly awaiting a reply.